The Dance of Nature, Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 14. The sun dipped low in the sky over Kurukshetra. The battlefield was calm for the moment, as if nature itself paused to listen to the sacred conversation between Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna, now more centered but still seeking clarity, turned to Krishna with folded hands. "O Krishna," he said, "you've shown me the soul that lies beyond the body, beyond even the mind. But I still feel pulled by thoughts, emotions, and habits, sometimes toward peace, sometimes toward desire, and sometimes toward darkness. What causes this, and how can I rise above it?" Krishna looked upon Arjuna with affection, as a master gazes upon a beloved student nearing a great understanding. "You have asked well, Arjuna. Now I shall reveal to you the highest knowledge, knowledge that brings true freedom and leads directly to union with me. It is the key to breaking the cycle of birth and death." Arjuna listened with deep attention. Krishna continued, "Everything born in this world arises from Prakriti or nature, and nature is governed by three qualities or Gunas. These are sattva, which is purity and harmony, rajas, which is passion and movement, and tamas, which is darkness and ignorance. All beings are influenced by these three." He paused, then said, "Let me tell you their nature, one by one. Sattva, the light of wisdom. Sattva is the quality of light, clarity, and balance. It brings joy, peace, and knowledge. When sattva prevails, a person is calm, wise, and selfless. They act without attachment, see truth clearly, and are drawn towards spiritual knowledge." Krishna painted an image in Arjuna's mind, a serene monk under a tree, meditating as the wind gently rustled the leaves. His mind was still, his eyes shining with compassion. This was a man in whom sattva reigned. But, Krishna added, even sattva binds the soul, Arjuna, by attachment to happiness and knowledge. One must transcend even this to be truly free. Rajas, the fire of desire. Rajas is the quality of energy, passion, and restlessness. Krishna continued, "It is born of desire and longing. It binds the soul through attachment to action and its fruits." Arjuna now imagined a warrior charging in a battle, driven by ambition, or a merchant striving to grow rich, or a leader seeking praise and recognition, all moved by the flame of Rajas, powerful but never at peace. When Rajas dominates, Krishna said, the mind is agitated. Even when successful, the person feels unsettled. They want more. They chase outcomes, not understanding that peace comes from within. Tamas, the fog of ignorance. Then there is tamas, Krishna said, his voice calm but firm. Tamas is darkness, confusion, and laziness. It arises from ignorance and leads to delusion. It binds the soul with sleep, inertia, and carelessness. Arjuna saw a man sleeping through life, unaware of his potential. He blamed others for his suffering, refused to change, and was enslaved by habits. This was tamas, not evil but unconscious. When tamas prevails, Krishna explained, a person is dull, resistant to truth, and clings to fear or sorrow. They forget the divine spark within them. The cycle of the Gunas. Krishna then said, these three qualities are constantly shifting. Sometimes sattva shines, pushing back rajas and tamas. Sometimes rajas blazes, suppressing sattva and tamas. And at other times, tamas covers everything like a heavy fog. All life is caught in this dance. Arjuna asked, and what happens at death when one of these qualities dominates? Krishna replied, if sattva dominates at death, the soul ascends to realms of purity and wisdom. If rajas dominates, It is reborn among those attached to action and desire. If tamas dominates, it descends into lives of ignorance and inertia. Arjuna was silent, contemplating the cycle of birth and rebirth. Beyond the Gunas, then Krishna leaned closer and said something that made Arjuna's heart lift. But Arjuna, there's a higher path to rise above all three Gunas. The soul that knows the Gunas is separate from itself and is not disturbed when they act is free. Arjuna's eyes brightened. What does such a person look like, Krishna? How does one who transcends the Gunas live? Krishna smiled. He is neither elated when sattva prevails, nor disturbed when rajas or tamas arise. He sees all three as natural forces of the body and mind, but he is not those things. He remains still, equal in pleasure and pain, fame and disgrace, success and failure. He treats gold and dust alike. Arjuna could now imagine such a soul, peaceful in all conditions, as steady as a mountain, living in the world but not of it. He does not hate the Gunas, Krishna said, nor does he cling to them. He understands that they are part of nature's play. He watches them rise and fall like waves on the ocean. And such a person, Krishna declared, is truly fit for liberation. They are free from rebirth. They dwell in me, and I dwell in them. The highest goal. Krishna's words grew radiant as the sun dipped lower on the horizon. When the soul rises beyond the three Gunas, it becomes established in its true nature, pure consciousness. It merges into me, the eternal, changeless source of all. This is the supreme goal. Arjuna felt a deep peace descend over him. The battlefield had not changed, but he had. He saw now that the real battle was not between armies, but within the self, between light, fire, and shadow. And the true victory was not just to act, but to act with awareness of the eternal self within. Symbolism and meaning. Chapter 14 of the Bhagavad Gita, which is also known as Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, the yoga of the three Gunas, which describes the three qualities, sattva, rajas, tamas, that influence all beings. This teaches that all of life is influenced by three energies. 1. Sattva, purity, balance, leads toward wisdom and peace. 2. Rajas, activity, passion, leads toward ambition and restlessness. 3. Tamas, inertia, ignorance, leads toward stagnation and confusion. Krishna shows that spiritual progress is not about destroying the Gunas, but transcending them through discernment, devotion, and inner steadiness. A message for today. In modern life, we often swing between rajas, overwork, ambition, tamas, distraction, laziness, and glimpses of sattva, peace, clarity. But the teaching of chapter 14 reminds us, you are not your mood, your habits, or even your thoughts. You are the silent witness behind them all. When we cultivate awareness, we can rise above the push and pull of these qualities and find true freedom. And in that freedom, says Krishna, the soul becomes one with the divine.